Hope you are having a great time. Today, we want to cover 10 units of common mistakes at IELTS Intermediate. If you want to take an IELTS, if you are thinking about IELTS, or even if you want to improve your English when it comes to grammar, this is the best choice. So this video is not going to just help the IELTS learners or IELTS studying. It also can help you to improve your English. Each unit consists of a grammar point or about classes, and they're gonna focus on the mistakes that the students made mostly when they take IELTS, and also how to avoid these kind of mistakes. So let us start together. The first unit. Are there any special times I should use the? So as you can see here, in this unit we are going to talk about the article the. Look at question 1. Check the correct sentence in each pair. Let's do it together. Number 1. A. In the USA, this situation is totally different. B. In USA, this situation is totally different. What do you think? Very good. A. In the USA. 2. The table shows number of people working in Britain in 1976. And B. The table shows the number of people working in Britain in 1976. So A is number of, and in B, the number of. Yeah? What do you think about it? It's B, but if you're not sure, if you don't know why, let's watch the video. The first part, let's see when we use that. Option 1. With countries or places where the name refers to a group of islands or states. So we use it for countries, places, but not all countries or all places. It's about countries that they are a group of states or a group of islands. Look at here. The examples. The United States, the Middle East, the United Arab Emirates, the UK. So you can just easily memorize these countries. For USA, for UK, we use the, but for other countries, we don't use any kind of article. And the next part, with superlatives. Can you remember about superlatives or comparatives? Very good. Here, look at here, the best, the longest, the highest. When I want to use the adjective in superlative form, before the adjective we always use the. Great. The next one, look at here. We use the with cardinal numbers. The first, the second, the third. So when it comes to cardinal numbers, make sure you use the article the. The next, when there is only one in the world, this point is really important and of course easy. There are objects that you can't find them just one in the world, like moon, sun, earth, the environment, yeah? So in this situation, please don't forget to use the. Look at the examples. The environment, the internet, the sun. So be careful. We also use the when we want to talk about internet. The internet. Can you connect to the internet? And the next one. to refer to the only one in this particular area. The government, the police, the level. So, when you want to mention just one thing in a particular area, for example, you want to talk about the government in your country, yes? It's the only one. Each country has its own government, yeah? So, the government. Or you want to talk about the police in your area, in your city. So you say the police. And here, it means it's definite because it's in your area or neighborhood. And look at the last one. In the phrase, the same as. So sometimes we use the in some specific phrases. This is just one of them, yes? The same as. So in this situation, you don't have any choice but to memorize them. Good. Now, let's go to the next part. Let's see in which situations we are not allowed to use the. Let's read together. With a single country or place. America, England, China. So for the name of the countries, we don't use the when it's a single country, but when it's states or group, like group of islands, we of course use that. Look at the next one. To talk about something in general, we use the plural if we are talking about something in general. We use the to identify one specific example. So, when you want to talk about something in general in your IELTS writing or whatever, you don't use the. Okay? The is just used for identifying one specific example. Look at here. We have two examples. People with reading difficulties often have problems with numbers. Okay? So in here, the word number is used as general form, yeah? It doesn't mean, for example, a specific number or number more than 100 or less than that. It's generally about numbers. But look at the next example. The number 8 is considered unlucky in some countries. The number 8. When you have a specific option here, when you want to mention to a specific number, you use the, okay? The number 8. This is the difference between when we want to talk about something in general and when we want to talk about it specifically. So, when it's in general, we don't use the, and when it's specific, we add the. Look at number 2. Correct the mistake below. So, look at this sentence. Your hairstyle is not same as mine. So, what do you think? That's great. In here, we need to add the. That's great. Thank you. So, let's go to the next part. Here, part 3. I want you to pause the video here, okay? And answer these questions. You need to complete the sentences below using the words in brackets. Decide whether or not to use the or whether to use the plural. Okay? Go on. Now you can see the answers in these 8 questions. So, please check your answers where your answers were correct. Number 1. The main advantage of internet or the internet is that it gives us access to information from all over the world. So we said for something that are unique and just one, we use that like the internet. Number 2, my father has fished in rivers all over Australia. So it's not a specific river, yes, it's all over Australia. So it's just enough to write river. And of course, without any that. Look at number 3. Life in America is very different from life in my country. So we said we use no article with single countries. Number 4. According to the graph, the number of people moving into the city each year has more than doubled the number of. Number 5. The total figure for 1976 was the same as the total figure for 1982. We said we use they with some specific phrases like the same as. And 6. Obesity is much more common in the USA than in my country. For countries with states, we use the. Number 7. The graph shows that the greatest increase occurred in 1999. The greatest increase with superlatives we use the. And 8. The moon travels around the Earth at a speed of 3,700 kilometers per hour. So, with just unique objects in a word that you can just find one of them, we use that, like the moon, the sun, the earth, the environment. That's great. So, this is the last part of Unit 1. If you have any question about Unit 1, you can ask me on comments. If you have enjoyed up to this part, please subscribe my channel. So, let's go to the next unit. Unit 2. Singular or plural. Take the correct sentence in each pair. Let's do it together. Number 1. A. There are several problems with this idea. B. There are several problems with this idea. So the difference is the S. So what do you think? Very good, it's B. Several is more than one. Yeah, so problems. Look at question 2. Many charity organizations provide a great deal of help. Many charity organizations provides a great deal of help. What do you think? Which one is correct? So it's many. So it's plural. So organizations. Very good. So let's practice the rules. If you use a plural noun, you must use a plural verb. The verb must agree with the noun. So we have here the noun-verb agreement. So it's really important in your sentences to be careful. If you use a plural noun, please use a plural verb. Look at here. In my country, there are very few cars that use little petrol. There are few cars. So, because it's plural, my verb is plural. Number 2, I like studying during the day, but my friend prefers studying at night. My friend is one person, it's singular, so the singular verb prefers. Look at here. We use a plural noun with. Option 1. Plural verbs are, were, have, do, play, etc. Yes, there are a lot of books on the table. So, books. So here the verb plural. Here, with numbers greater than 1. So, when we have number 2, 3, 4, and more than that, we use plural noun. 30 cars, 100 students. The next one, many. When you see many somewhere, it means it's plural. So you need to use a plural noun. Look at here. It is annoying that so many buses drive past because they are full. So because you're seeing many in this structure, after that, buses is plural and also they are full. And the next option, we use a plural noun with the number of. When you have the phrase the number of, after that you use plural noun. Look at here. The number of buses on our roads has increased each year. Number of buses. There is a really important point here. Look, let me show you with blue has increased. So, when you have the number of, the noun is plural, but the verb is singular. It's really important. Please pay attention on it and you're writing or anywhere which you want to use the number of. So the noun after the number of is plural and the verb after that is, of course, singular. And as you can see, we have it here. Note that we use a plural noun but a singular verb after the number of. Okay, that's great. So let's continue together. We use a singular noun with. Now let's talk about singular nouns. 1. With singular verb like is, was, has, does, plays. There is only one bedroom in the flat. We use a singular noun with an or one. A cat, one student. So when some noun is singular, an or one is used with it. Look at here, note that some nouns can look plural, but they are singular. Look at here, news, mathematics. You can see the S at the end. And if you look at it for the first time, you say, oh, of course it's plural. But be careful. These two are singular. And some nouns have a different form in the plural, the irregular ones. Children, men, women, people. Very good. Look at number 2. Correct the mistake below. We have a sentence. The number of women studying science increased dramatically last year. So we have the structure, the number of. So after that, here, we should have a plural noun. So it should change to woman. And here, the verb. Can you help me? It should be singular or plural. Very good. It should be singular. So we should use has here. Wonderful. Now let's do the exercise 3. Underline the correct word in each sentence. So, I want you to pause the video and do this part. Next, we will check. Right. You can see the correct answers. Please check them with your answers. Were they all correct? Great. Now, let's go to the next unit. Unit 3. Which nouns don't have a plural form? So in this unit, again, we are going to talk about nouns. Question 1. Check the correct sentence in each pair. Let's do it together. Number 1. A. I don't have many time to complete my assignment. B. I don't have much time to complete my assignments. What do you think? Very well. Much time. Time is not countable, so it's not correct to use many with it. Number 2. When I did a research on my computer, I could only find a few informations about the topic. When I did a research on my computer, I could only find a little information about the topic. So a few informations, a little information. What do you think? Which one is correct? Very well. B. A little information. We never use information in plural. So, let's read the rules together. Some nouns in English are uncountable. This means they do not have a plural form. So, the uncountable nouns can't get S, like here, the information. Some common uncountable nouns are, look at here, some common ones like advice, advertising, food, furniture, garbage, information, knowledge, money, shopping, time, traffic, and travel. So you can say traffics or foods or travels when you mean like in number 2 sentence when you mean the plural, yeah? So it's really important to pay attention on the word or the noun you are using. If it's uncountable, try not to add S at the end. With uncountable nouns, you must use, so with uncountable. Look at the first rule, it's really important, the singular form. So, noun is uncountable, so we use the singular form. Look at here, food, information, money. We use a little, amount of, much, some. So, with uncountable nouns, we use a little. Okay, as you can see in the example, a little information. So, if you is not correct. If you is used with countable nouns. So, a little, amount of, much, and some are used with uncountable nouns. And look at examples. How much money do you have? How much? Or how much time? The amount of traffic, the amount of traffic on the road is increasing each year. Good. And the last, a singular verb. So, when you have uncountable noun, you have singular verb. This is really important. Look at here. There was already a little furniture in the flat. Furniture is uncountable. So, if you write there were is not correct. There was. So, with uncountable nouns, we use singular verbs. So, do you find any questions here? Or do you need to put more time on it? You can pause the video, read the sentences again. That's gonna help you. Now, if a noun is uncountable, you cannot use 1. A plural form. So when it's uncountable, you cannot add S on advice, furniture, garbage. Yeah? All of them are not correct. If a noun is uncountable too, you cannot use A or N. So A or N is just used for countable nouns. Look at the next one. If a noun is uncountable, you cannot use a few, many, number of. A few, many, and number of are countable. So you cannot use it with uncountable nouns. You cannot use a number with uncountable nouns. For example, you can say 3 travels, 4 furnitures, 2 informations. No. And a plural verb. There were a little furniture in the flat. As you can see here, we said we use singular verb with uncountable noun. Look at here, the last one. If you want to add a number to an uncountable noun, you can use a piece of, some, a few piece of. So you can use containers. For example, water is uncountable. If you want to count it, you can say a glass of water, a bottle of water. So look at here, advice, uncountable. You can use piece of advice. 3 pieces of furniture. A few pieces of garbage. So when you want to change uncountable nouns to countable, you can use the containers. You can use a piece of, a glass of, a bottle of, a slice of. I also have another video about countable and uncountables, which I explained in details. If you like, you can watch that video. Very good, very good. So, question 2. Correct the mistake below. The number of garbages we produce is increasing. What do you think? Very good. Garbage is uncountable, so garbages is not correct. You should write garbage. Now part 3. Correct the mistakes in these sentences. There may be more than one mistake in each sentence. So, I want you to pause the video and do this part. Then you can check your answers with me. Great! Now you can check your answers with the correct ones here. Great! I hope you have enjoyed up to this part. Let's go to the next part. You have a test here. You can do it for yourself. And unit 4. When do I use the present simple tense? Number 1. Choose the correct sentence in each pair. Let's do it together. 1a. Nowadays, our bodies are becoming old much later than 100 years ago. Nowadays, our bodies become old. So here we have becoming and become. So what do you think? Very good. B. Become. Number 2. Children lost their freedom if they have too many responsibilities. Children lose their freedom. What do you think? Which one is correct? Very good. It's B. Lose their freedom if they have too many responsibilities. Look at here. We use the present simple tense to make general statements about our world. So, when you want to say something generally about the world, we use simple present. The earth moves around the sun. It's a general statement. So, another point, to show a pattern or general truth. People work in order to meet their basic needs. So, when you want to show a pattern or a general truth, you can use the present simple. The next one, with adverbs of frequency, always, usually, often, sometimes, never. So, we use adverbs of frequency with simple present. Look at the example. People who are too lazy to walk often use their cars instead. The next, we use present simple with expressions like nowadays, these days, today, with a general meaning. It's exactly like the first example here. When you are using nowadays, these days, and you want to say something generally, you use a present simple. Look at here. For verbs showing opinions or feelings, like believe, think, hope, we use present simple. I think that we should all do as much as we can to improve our environment. So, for the verbs related to emotions, feelings, opinions, we use present simple. So, it's not a good idea to say believing or thinking, the ing form. We use present simple. And look at here, how we form the present simple. We use the base form of the verb. Add s or es to the form for forming the third person singular. I play, you play, he, she, it plays. We play, you play, they play. I watch, you watch, he, she, it watches. We watch, you watch, they watch. Great. Now let's do the exercises. Number 2. Correct the mistake below. My brother, look at here, watch TV for 8 hours every day. What do you think? Very good. It's not watch because it's he, yes, third person. So you should add yes. My brother watches TV. Very good. The next part, 3. Correct the mistakes in the sentences below. Please pause the video, do this part, and then check with me. Great. Now you can find the mistakes and the correct version of it here. You can pause the video now and check it with your own answers. Lesson 5. How do I write large numbers? One important topic in English is about numbers, as it seems simple at the beginning, but it has many rules inside of it. So it's really important to know how to write it. As you know, in IELTS, in the writing, mostly you need to write the numbers. So, part 1. Take the correct sentence in each pair. Let's do it together. 1. The government spent $10 million. 10. Look at here. The first one is $10 million. The second, $10 million. What do you think? Which one is correct? Very good. B. $10 million. We don't add S after million. Number 2. There were thousands of people at a football match. There were 1,000 of people at the football match. What do you think? That's great. A. Thousands of people. So let's practice the rules together. When we talk about a specific large number, we don't add S to the number. Look at here, the first one, 200,000. So no S. Yes, 1,000 is not correct. 10 million. 10 millions is not correct. So the first one was when we talk about a specific large number, we don't add S to the number. 2. The noun that follows is always plural. Look at here. There must have been at least 3,000 students at the protest. So here we have 3,000. Yes, thousand does not get S, but the noun after the number must be plural, must get S or ES. And if it's irregular, it should be in the plural form. The next one, we use the plural form of large numbers plus of to give an approximate idea of how many. Look at here. There must have been thousands of students at the protest. Thousands of. As you can see, it's like the second question here. When it's about ideas and it's approximate, you can here add S, thousands of, millions of, billions of. Okay? And then the noun is plural. We can use a instead of one. One is more formal. Look at here. If I won $1 million, I would probably take a year off and travel around the world. So if I won $1 million or 1 million, both of them are correct. As you can see, in the second sentence is 1 million. Look at here. We usually use numerals for numbers that cannot be written in 1 or 2 words. Yeah, look at here. For example, look at this number. It's really hard to write it as like million, billion, or thousand, yeah? So it's better to write it numeral. Just write the numbers, 2, 00. Great. You should write fractions in words. Look at it here. Important point. Half a million. Or 1/3 of a million. 3/4 of a million. So when it's 3, it's quarters. Be careful, not 3/4. It's half a, 1/3 of a, and million, billion, singular. Yes? Here, 3/4 of a million. Again, million is singular, no S. But because it's 3/4, it has S. 1 and a quarter. When it's a quarter, no S. 1 and 3/4 million. Look at the example. According to the chart, in 2004, over 500,000 Ukrainians went to the cinema. Great. So, let's do the exercises. Look at part 2. Correct the mistake here. Thousands of people came to see the royal wedding. What do you think? Which part is not correct? Very good. We shouldn't write a. Thousands of people came to see the royal wedding. Great. Now look at part 3. Underline the correct number in the sentences below. So please, again, pause the video, do this part, and then check with the correct answer. You can check your answer here. Next lesson, lesson 6. There is, there are. Here we are going to talk about there is and there are. The questions. Check the correct sentence in each pair. Let's do it together. 1. A. It is a lovely park near my house. B. There is a lovely park near my house. What do you think? Very good. It's there is. And Are you asking why? Don't worry, we will talk about it. 2. There have very good restaurants and shops on board the ship. There are very good restaurants. There are. Very well, of course, there are. We use there to say that something exists in English. We use there is with singular subject and there are with plural subject. Look at the examples. There's an oak tree in the garden, yes? So it's one tree, so we use is. There are some great movies on at the cinema. There are. And it's movies, yes, it's plural. Here, we use there is and there are to give new information. We use it is or they are to talk about something that has already been referred to. So when you want to talk about a topic for the first time, you use there is and there are. And when you want to continue on the other sentences or the rest of your writing or speaking, you can use it is or they are. Look at here the example. There is a present for you on the table. The first time the present has been mentioned, yes, is the first time. Mary, what is that you are carrying? John, it's a present for my sister. Here it says eats. And here previously they talked about it, yes? So when you want to talk about something for the first time, it's better to use there is and there are. And when you want to mention it again and again in your speaking or writing for the second time, for the third time, for the fourth time, you can use it is or they are. Very good. Look at here. We don't use the auxiliary verb do to form questions and negative with there is and there are. As you can see, they have to be verb. Yes, is and are. So in question, you can use is or are, is and are, and also in negatives, you can use the negative ones. Is not or isn't and aren't. Look at here. The question. Are there any clean glasses in the cupboard? Are there? Yes, we changed the place of are and there and are, yeah? There isn't a map in the car. The negative is changed to isn't. And look at here. There cannot be left out. Be careful, you cannot remove there in a sentence. Look at here. There is a pan of soup, and there are some bowls in the kitchen. Not there is a pan of soap and are some bowls. You cannot say, okay, here I use there and here I don't need. No. Anytime that you want to use there is and there are, you should write there. Okay? Now here, the exercises. 2. Correct the mistake below. Let's read it together. Before they built their supermarket, there had a lot more little shops in the high street. There had, what do you think? Is that correct? Of course not. There were a lot more little shops in the high street. So there had should change to there were. Very well. Now look at part 3. Correct the mistakes in the sentences below. So please pause the video here, answer these questions, and then check with me. Well, now you can check your answers with the correct ones that I written here in red. Great. Here there is a test of 3 units. You can do it for yourself. And now unit 7. Which relative pronoun should I use? The hot topic of relative pronouns. Take the correct sentence in each pair. 1. You should do that what you think is right. You should do what you think is right. Which one do you think is correct? Very good. B. There are several factors that are important in achieving happiness. There are several factors are important in achieving happiness. How about this? What do you think? Very good. A. That are important. Relative pronouns, that, who, etc., are used to connect two separate clauses. So, what does that mean? Look at here. Here is one clause. There are several factors, and here is clause 2, are important in achieving happiness. So, we connect two different clauses with relative pronouns like that here. So, when information is essential to the sentence and cannot be left out, we use that to refer to things or people. So, that is used for things and people. Who is used to refer to people? The number of women who were enrolled. What is used to refer to the thing that or the things that, okay, the things just. Look at example. The government should show us what must be done. Note that you should only use one relative pronoun. This is exactly what happens in question 1. You should do that what is not correct. You cannot use more than one relative in a sentence together. Okay? Very well. So here, relative pronouns can be left out if it refers to the object of a verb. So, relative pronouns can be the subject or the object. If they are the subject, of course, you cannot change them, you cannot omit them, but when it's the object of your sentence, you can remove it. Okay, so let's read the sentence again. The relative pronoun can be left out if it refers to the object of the verb, but not if it refers to the subject of the verb. Compare. Look at here. The students that I teach all come from overseas countries. The students that I teach. Here, that. That refers to students, yes? And students are object. So in here, we can remove that. Look at here. Students is the object of the verb teach. So the relative pronoun that can be left out. You can say the students I teach all come from. Okay. Look at the next example. The students who are studying EAP should see me today. The students who are. Who refers to the students, yes? But the students here is the subject. So we cannot remove it. Okay? Students is the subject of the verb are studying. So, the relative pronoun who cannot be left out. Very well. Now look at the exercises here. 2. Correct the mistake below. I need to find someone can play the piano for our assembly next month. I need to find and play. What do you think? That's great. We should use who. I need to find someone who can play the piano for our assembly next month. Great. Now, part 3. Correct the mistakes in the sentences below. So, like other lessons, please pause the video here and answer these 8 questions. Great. Now you can see the correct answers here. Please check with your own answer. Are they correct? Or you need more practice? Good, very well. So, if you have enjoyed my video up here, please don't forget to subscribe my channel, to like my video and comment your idea and opinions about the common mistakes at IELTS. And actually, Unit 8. How do I choose between and, but, or? Yeah. And, but, or. How to choose among these 3? 1. Take the correct sentence in each pair. Let's do it together. 1a. To really help the environment, we need to change the way we think or behave. B. We think and behave. So, what do you think? Very good, it's B. Think and behave. 2. Vegetarians don't eat meat and they get their protein from other foods. Vegetarians don't eat meat, but they get their protein from other foods. What do you think? Good. It's B. So, we use and to join 2 similar ideas. Would you like some tea and biscuits? So, when you're talking about similar ideas, you use and. And you can have both of them. You can choose both of them. We use but to show contrast between 2 different ideas. So in here, and was similar ideas, but is used for different ideas. Look at example. I have tea, but I don't have any coffee. I'm afraid. So look at here, coffee and tea. Coffee, we don't have, tea we have. So there is a contraction here. Yeah, there are different ideas. Having something and not having something. And also look at here, I have tea, positive. I don't have any coffee, negative. So for joining 2 different ideas, we use but. We use or to give an alternative. Look at here. Would you like some tea or coffee? You will choose only one of them. So, when you want to give an alternative, we use or. When you use or in your sentence, it means you should use one of them, tea or coffee, not both of them together. Note, to join 2 negative ideas, we use or. If the subject and the verb are the same. Look at here. I don't have tea or coffee. So in here we use or to join 2 negative ideas. And after if or whether, we can use or not to suggest the alternative idea. So after if and whether, we can use or not. Look at example. We decided to go whether it was raining or not. Anyway, they decided to go, yes? if it rains or not. In both situations, they decided to go. Great. Part 2. Correct the mistake below. Jenny loves the snow and James hates it. Look at here. One of them love and one of them hate. There is a contraction here. So, what should you write? Very good. We should write but. But James hates it. Number 3. Fill in the blanks with and, but, or not. Please do this part, pause the video, do it completely, and then you can check with my answer. Well, now you can check your answers. Good. Now let's go to the next unit, auxiliary verbs. Look at part 1. Tick the correct sentence in each pair. Why they think this? Why do they think this? That's great. B is correct. I'm not agree with this idea. I don't agree. Very well. B. So, do, be, and have are called auxiliary verbs. This means they help to change the main verb. So, auxiliary verbs are the verbs that they come to help us. Help us with main verb. Look at here. Do is used with the infinitive to make negatives or questions. So when it comes to negative and questions, we can use do. Look at here. I don't agree. Do you agree? Do can be used with other question words. Why do you agree? So after WH questions, we also can use do. The next one, be, is used with ing verb forms to make the continuous tense. So here, be is used with ing form of a verb, present continuous. I'm studying English in Cambridge. Be is also used with the past participle to make passive. If you want to know more about passive, you can watch my video, which I totally explained passive in it. Great. Here, have. Have is used with the past participle of the verb to make the present perfect tenses. So, have is used with perfect tenses. And the auxiliary verb must agree with the subject of the verb. So don't forget about the subject-verb agreements with auxiliaries. Look at here. When it's mother, we use does your mother drink tea? Do is not correct in this situation. Here, we make questions and negatives without do if another auxiliary verb is used. Look at here. Are you studying here? Not do you are studying. So you should be careful when you want to make question which auxiliary to use. Do, does, to be verbs, or even have. Great. Now let's do the exercises. Look at here. Correct the mistakes below. We're going to play tennis. Do you all want to join us? What do you think? Very good. We are going to. We are going to the to be verb. Do you want to? Blah blah blah. Yes. Do you want to join us? Great. Now look at part 3. Underline the correct auxiliary verb in each sentence. Sometimes no auxiliary is needed. So guys, please pause the video here and answer this part. Then you can check with me. Very well, now you can see the correct answer. Let's continue. Again, we have the test is test number 3. Please don't forget to do them at home and also check your answers. The last unit of this video, Unit 10. How do I use modal verbs? Check the correct sentence in each pair. 1. A. If workers are sick, they must to stay home. If workers are sick, they must stay home. Very good. It's B. They must stay home. We use no to after must. Look at question 2. In this way, children can learn from what they have done. In this way, children can learning from what they have done. It's A. Very good. After can, the base form of the verb is used. So let's read the rules together. The following modal auxiliary verbs are followed by the infinitive without to. So after auxiliaries like can, could, may, might, must, shall, should, will, would. We don't use to after these auxiliaries. Look at the example. When traveling, we should respect the customs of the countries we visit. After should, respect. Not should to respect is not correct, or should respecting. Of course not. Here, modal verbs form questions and negatives without using do. So when it comes to modals, in their question, we don't use do. We use the modals, yes? For example, can I help you? Will you meet me when I arrive? And look at here. You mustn't worry about me. The negative. So for the negative, we don't use don't or doesn't, yes? We add not. Must, mustn't. Should, shouldn't. Will, won't. Would, wouldn't. And the rest of it. Next part. When we talk about obligation or necessity, using have or need, we use to infinitive. Look at here. I have to finish my assignment. You need to talk. So when it's about have and need and we use obligation or necessity, we want to mention these 2 points in our sentences. We can use to infinitive. I have to finish. You need to leave the class. Great. In question and negatives, have to and need to behave like normal verbs, and we use do. Look at here. Do you have to pay extra for breakfast? They said, I don't need to bring my own sleeping bag. So one point is really important here. Please be careful about it. When it's about have to and need to, we use do and does, the auxiliary do. But with other modals like can, will, must, we don't. Okay? So you need to be really careful. All the modals are not the same. It's really important to know the rules about them. Now let's do the exercises. 2. Correct the mistake below. You can't do swimming in this restaurant. We have the the modal can. So in here, you can say, you can't. Very good. Smoke. After can, the base form. No ing. Yes. No ed. So can't. smoke. Very well. Look at the next question. 3. Correct the mistakes in the sentences below. So, my dears, I want you to pause the video and correct the mistakes in these sentences. Then you can check with me.